Are you ready for a healthy relationship? Are you capable of being in a healthy relationship? I mean, what a question. Epic. I think for a lot of people, the answer is just no. I mean, that seems to be true. I don't know if the problem is so much that people are incompatible. I think it's more that one or both people in the relationship are not freaking ready for a healthy relationship. They're ready for an unhealthy relationship, which eventually breaks because it causes pain everywhere, all over the place. What what even is a healthy relationship? First of all, what is that? What do you think? I don't know. I mean, I think that it's one that is sustainable, sustainably works towards something better in a productive way, where both people are involved, both have relatively the same amount of say, of commitment, of a part in the relationship. It's not one-sided. They're both kind of getting their needs met. But most importantly, they're working together. The people are freaking working together. I said before, my wife and I are massively different types of people, different personalities. It's like without the agreement to work together on stuff, we separate like oil and water. With that agreement, we come to see each other like, with respect. We act like a unit, like a team, even though we're so different. Whatever. I'm not saying I have a super 100% healthy relationship, but we're still going after 10 friggin' years. We're still going. We're both feeling pretty good about it. Any case, what lets you be in a real, actually healthy, positive, there's a good word, relationship? I mean, I think it's definitely related to your ability to be alone. How okay you are with your stuff, with yourself, for sure. I mean, the amount of neediness that exists in a relationship when you're not, to some degree, okay with your stuff is intense. Neediness for one thing or another. For me, it was, still is, but was very powerfully needing, needing the other person, my partner, to be like okay, to be happy, to be not anxious, to be freaking healed. Massive amount of neediness on my part to try to have that happen. And that was just that's a pattern from my past where I tried to do this with my parent, basically. And before doing a bunch of work on myself, going through a bunch of stuff, this was a dominating thing, a dominant feature of my relationship interactions. And that is not good. That is not good. Puts a lot of pressure on myself and on my partner, and makes her feel not okay, like there's something to be fixed. I'm constantly trying to fix something, etc., etc. Okay, it can have lots of different effects. But these kinds of things are just are negative, toxic elements in relationships. And you can kind of come to terms with them. See kind of like what you are, who you are underneath all the crap, all the patterns, all the old stuff. That's what I mean by, you're kind of okay with yourself. You've kind of accepted things about yourself. You have made some boundaries, realized some boundaries around yourself, and you know what is your job, your responsibility in a relationship, and what is the other person's. I mean, if you don't have that, again, not very good boundaries. I had very, very not very good boundaries of responsibility. Again, if you're super needy that another person needs to be okay, that's not a good boundary. If you think it's your responsibility to make sure that another person is okay, that's not good. That is not my responsibility, ultimately. I can do my part. So many things go into a healthy relationship. It is not a wonder to me at all that most relationships just come apart. Either before they even get going, or a few years in when it gets real. When you hit that place, are you really gonna do this together? I've heard it hits at around 4 years, or that's where commonly people come apart. Maybe that's some kind of average of how long it takes to start to get real in a serious relationship. But man, by that time most people are married with kids. I don't know, what's the divorce rate these days? High. It's just so hard to be all right with yourself to the point where you can be in a healthy relationship, and then to meet someone else who's like that too. That is really, really, almost uncommon. Can you kind of get into a relationship and then do these things? I think so. I think it's possible. Is it hard? Yeah, because you're gonna do a bunch of crap that isn't healthy before before you get to a certain point. You're gonna have huge battles, and then you're gonna remember all that stuff. I mean, that's the case sort of in my current relationship. There's stuff that happened before we were in the place that we're in now, and we remember those things. You know what I mean? It makes it harder. You have more past that is dramatic, that is problematic. Of course, if you do end up fighting through that stuff, coming to terms with it, accepting it, using it as a reason to work on stuff, awesome. But man, it is hard sometimes to not come apart over some of that stuff. So are you ready? Are we ready? We probably never feel totally ready. Probably never are totally ready. Are you ready enough? Do you really want it? Would you be comfortable in a healthy relationship that's not full of drama? Full of yo-yoing between, hate and love, basically. Who knows? Huge topic. I mean, that's why relationships are so awesome, because everything goes into them. Every other factor. That's why in therapy, or, when they're assessing you, psych-wise, they're like, are you in a relationship? And if you say, yes, I've been in a relationship for 5 years, that says a lot. It might not be a good relationship, blah, 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 but it still says a lot. In any case, that's it. I hope you have a great day and rest of the week. Ciao.